Guys, there's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of choices that I feel like we are going to have to make on an individual basis to navigate through these tough waters ahead. I know of things that are to come. For one thing, these liberals are going to be really upset soon because Biden is not going to be the president. We let them think he was by allowing them to run a crooked election and allowing them to cheat and win. But that allows us the opportunity to take them to court and to prove that they cheated to win. It's a bait and switch, you see. This man is a genius. Donald Trump, hate him if you want, but he's a genius. And hate him, whether you hate him or not, you will admit he's a genius before this is all over. Just know that. You can send me all the hate that you've been sending. You can talk all the crap that you want to talk. Because, let's put it this way, I know the plan. Alright? Guys, it's but on a serious tip, it's potentially going to be very violent as well. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video. Because when Trump does come out and it is official that he retained the presidency, these poor schleps on the left are going to go nuts. They're going to burn shit down. They're going to try to, in their words, eat the rich. So they're coming for you. If they already have in their minds, and we're talking about the violent ones now. We're talking about the ones that burnt down New York the first time. They've already got it in their minds that Biden's in. Imagine what they're going to do when the racist Donald Trump has stolen their shine away. They have it in their minds that they're going to get that socialist utopia that they fought for. My college is going to be free now. They're going to give me money to live on. I don't have to do anything. I just live off the government. These people are fools. These people are fools, and unfortunately, they're going to have to be shown they're fools. It's the only way they're going to wake up. That's the main reason it's got to happen this way. They're not going to believe it unless they're smacked in the kisser with it. That's how bad they're going to have to be hit to be woken up. Because this is a new day. And if they only knew the truth, they would be excited about the future and not pissed off. Because honestly, I think they're worrying about catching the snake's tail when they could just set a trap and cut off its head. I understand that you want equality. I understand that you want to be looked at no different than anyone else. I would personally get very angry with someone if I was able to actually see and prove that someone was actually being mean to someone because of the color of their skin. I mean, the shit does exist, but it's in hillbilly. It's in the mountains. It's in the most remote fucking areas in the damn country, and honestly, it's only because they don't know no better. But it ain't on just, okay, now don't get me wrong, there's Yeah, there's a lot of racists up in the hills and backwoods. I would have to agree with that. But let's just say it's equal on both sides. I mean, I really think that's a fair way to put it. I think there's just as many stupid, racist, ignorant people on both sides. So that's where we can agree to disagree there, or maybe at least come up with a compromise and start from there. Because I'm getting the stupidest messages. I honestly feel sorry for these people because they have no idea what is coming. And I'm going to try to explain it the best I can in the most rudimentary way I can. And hopefully, I'm just trying to get through to you guys. So I figure if I tell what I feel like is coming, maybe you'll see me as at least coming from a good place. Not a person trying to shut down your cause. Because it's really bigger than all these Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, left, right. It's all a divide. Oh, and I want to shout out to Tom McDonald. If you have not heard of him, you need to check him out, because you can't call him right or left. He walks the razor's edge and shows both sides the stupidity that is going on. So Tom McDonald, he just put out a new song called No Lives Matter. So that's pretty relevant right now. You might want to check that one out, because he really addresses a good amount of points that I'm going to talk about in this video. Okay? The division, it's all a plan. It's on purpose. We'll never get the results we want separate from one another. It will never be that one side will win and one side will lose, creating a utopia. If either side wins or either side loses, we all lose. That's what y'all got to understand. It's not just your cause on the line, it's the freaking country. It's our stance on the world stage. I mean, right now we enjoy a very comfy spot of having the world's reserve currency, which honestly I thought was going to go by the wayside, but now it's looking like that most of the world doesn't really trust China. I mean, some countries are going with them. There's a new kind of web of trade being set up presently in the world, to where it's almost like a split is happening. You're either with America or you're with China. So the divide is on a bigger scale. It's not just left versus right. It's not white versus black. It's literally right versus wrong. There's probably no uniting of the world that I see in the immediate future, but I am seeing some progress being made for uniting Americans, black and white, Latino, everybody. I do see a return of what that spirit is to be American. The left tries to victimize all immigrants that come here. But what the left fails to understand is most immigrants come here for the America that they heard about, not the progressive America that these people are trying to build. They want the land of opportunity. They want that American dream. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, under a socialist program, there are no there is no exceptionalism. There's only the norm. No matter how hard you work, no matter how good you are at something you do, you will be paid and looked at just like someone that sits on his couch every day and plays video games. If you're okay with that type system, you really need to start looking into what makes a healthy society form and to remain strong. America is literally the survival of the fittest. America is, you come here if you want to work hard and go at your dream hard. America is not to come here and drain off the system and live off the government and let them give us free stuff. Didn't you ever hear there's no such thing as free? I mean, I'm going to be real with it. The fact is, on this planet, there are people that are extraordinarily gifted from God. Like, you can look at them and like, God actually touched this person. And then you look at someone else and you're like, almost like he's a pawn. There's a million of that person. World really wouldn't be any different if he didn't exist. To take to treat everyone equal discourages excellence. There's no reason. And if you were exceptional at something in a program like this, you would feel abused. Anyone good at what they did that in any way, shape, form, or fashion started making a little bit more money than the rest would be punished. That doesn't breed excellence. That breeds, why even try? That breeds a weak country. That breeds a weak military. Because if you're not a strong country, you can't pay for a strong military. So we're down to a weak military. How many countries in this world would like to take advantage of a weak American military? Do you not want safety? Do you not? How do you? Okay, one thing. We rose out of where we originated from as the world power by the attitude that I have. Why would anyone think that going to the opposite direction would make us stronger? Okay, I'm going to quit going on and on about that. I think I beat that one to death. But anyway, I don't believe we're going that way. Trump's going to win, and you socialists out there are just going to have to wake up. You're going to have to figure this shit out, and apparently we're going to have to fucking help you. When you get smacked in the kisser with this shit, we're going to be there to tell you it's going to be okay. Because it is. We've saw this coming. So, if you were, let's go with the scenario. If you were to look in a different direction, or maybe, what if this guy's not full of shit? Okay, what is coming then? What do I have to look forward to? What you have to look forward to is the power of this world is going to return to the people. If you are able to take off your blinders enough to back up and look at the whole situation, what's happening is, A, the pandemic is bull. People aren't dying, and they're not going to die. And we will forget about this. Old people will go to the doctor and get a vaccine with their checkup. That's what's going to happen. So let it go. If grandpa is too old, take care of him. Don't put him in a bad situation. But if you're 50 or younger, let's go to work, folks. This country, China never shut down, They never shut down. They've been marching ahead this whole time since March. Simultaneously creating mail fraud machines, namely Dominion, to try to sway our election. Oh, and not to mention, where did that virus come from again? They're trying to destroy us, folks. And you're worried about someone attacking your rights to get married, abort a baby, women's rights. We are getting systematically disassembled by China. So maybe you wake up and you see that. I repeat, a virus took down our economy. They kept going. All right. So who's going to protect us from them trying to systematically disassemble this country and become the big daddy of the yard of the world? Who's going to help China do that? Would it be Trump? Or would it be Beijing Joe? I mean, what do you want? You want to be able to kill all the babies you want under China's fucking regime? Or maybe become more of a responsible human being and use contraceptives, and let's go Trump's way and retain our sovereignty? Because I can tell you, if we retain our sovereignty, which we are, guys, we're going to take you kicking and screaming, but you'll be all right. I feel sorry for you. I mean, people are waking up, though. That's good. It's not going to take everybody to be kicked in the teeth before they'll wake up. And which is a good caveat to when we do wake up and unite. When we're not divided, when we look at each other as Americans and not as sex, gender, or race, just as Americans, and we actually put our attention where the problem really lies, and that's at the top of the power structure. George Soros's silent partner is a start. Probably goes higher. But you guys are playing into their hand. You don't believe George Soros is funding Antifa that burned down our cities. You think that was actually Americans that were just down there saying, "Hey, I'm black, but I should be treated as equal"? You think they were burning the cities down? I mean, some of them may have jumped in, but I just think that it was a very deliberate start of mayhem by paid Blackfoot soldiers by George Soros, who is tied into Hillary. And I mean, I'm not going to go off on that, guys. If you don't know that there is a deep state by now that Trump is trying to deal with on our behalf to retain our sovereignty, to hold off the jackals from China, and to namely make America great again. Guys, under Trump, we are not tied to any country for any reason other than our benefit. Under Biden, we're not attached to any country unless it's to our destruction. Biden and his family have sold out. It's proven. Shit about Hunter's not bullshit. The shit exists. The laptops exist. The shit about Hillary ain't bullshit. The laptop exists. The shit about Podesta ain't bullshit. The shit exists. The shit about the kids ain't bullshit. They exist. The trafficking, the drug dealing, the gangs, the whole horrid fucking picture that Trump described to us, it's all true. And it's run by these crooks who want to crumble our nation. And you're voting for them because you're black and they told you have to. You can't vote Republican and be black. Shit, vote Libertarian. Put somebody else up there. Just don't go under Democratic's fucking flag. Guys, they're the Dixiecrats. They didn't change teams. They didn't. They're the ones that voted in segregation. They've controlled y'all's votes ever since Johnson. When Johnson took over after Kennedy's death, he said that he would have these N-words voting Democrat for the next 100 years. And it happened. They don't want us to unite. They don't want us on each other's team because they know that we can take back the power. And we're going to. We're going to. It's going to happen mainly through music. I mean, call me crazy, but I'm pretty big on YouTube's the platform for music. It's where the shit's happening. And I'm watching people react to these songs, these cultural songs. And there's a lot of melting into commonality, meshing going on right now. And there's going to be a point where it's just going to be a flood. You know, we're going to have the majority. I mean, it's already happening. Trump projectively got 20% of the black vote. That's never happened for a Republican. Never. Guys, let him grab some pussies and make America great again. At least he's doing it for America. These are jokes, folks. These are jokes. Okay? But the man, his heart, what he's doing right now has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with furthering himself at all. He is putting himself at peril because the last one that did this, the last few that tried got killed. You don't remember Kennedy? You don't remember Lincoln, the one that set the slaves free, who was Republican, by the way? Kennedy said he wanted to go against these people. Look up Kennedy's Secret Society speech. Listen to that shit. He's talking about these people that he wanted to bring down. He knew who they were. That's why they killed his son too. Maybe. We'll see. He might come out of hiding and bite somebody. Yeah. He's I believe he's going to reveal himself. I do believe that John F. Kennedy Jr. is cute. He has to be. This plan's been happening for 20 years. Started right about the time of his death, and Hillary Clinton became Secretary of State. They say they have it all. Imagine if the military, the white hats in the military, and our powerful military that's beaten every army in the world, that's the most, their job is to protect America, okay? Domestically or foreign, namely domestically. Okay, so let me put you in a scenario. Kennedy's killed. His kid comes up to about, I don't know, 30s. Getting up to the age where people are like, Junior, you gotta run. You gotta run. And he didn't say he would or wouldn't. But what he did do is hang out an awful lot with Donald Trump. They went to basketball games together. They said they were great friends. I don't know if they're best friends, but they hung out. They were in the same circles. They're the same age, roundabout. Okay, so we have the tie between JFK Jr. and Trump. Well, Jr. gets killed, apparently in the plane crash. Now, Donald Trump is now president. This thing called Q comes out. Starts revealing all this information. Mind-blowing information. Oh, yeah. And then you go back and you look at JFK Jr.'s magazine, George. George. Yeah, the joke is with that, is the name of the magazine was a straight shot at George Bush Sr. Because George Bush Sr. was the head of the CIA at the time that his daddy got popped. Which means he had to be the trigger man, the one that said actually pulled the trigger. Maybe that's why he became president. Maybe that's why his son came next. Who had a lot to do with 911. That took us to the wars that we've been in for 20, 30 years. After all the wars that we'd already been through. To dominate oil, to take land. In the name of freedom. But I went off on a tangent there. But, Trump, Jr., Q. I don't know who else would be Q. Okay, because Jr. would be about that age. He was at the age where he could have threw his hat in the ring. And Hillary was already looking at it. This was after Bill got out of office. The little power-hungry bitch was looking to be president before hell Bill got there. So, say the military, back up. His dad got killed, 25 years prior? 30 years prior? So there was obviously still some heads of military, or they could have been privates in military when Kennedy got killed, and still in the military when his son grows up. If you don't think them dudes, after they took out his pop, fucking made sure that boy was all right, you're crazy. Head of military. What if they cooked up this fucking plan that you're going to die? And we're going to set off a 20-year plan to set these fucks up. I'm just saying, folks, it's pointing that way. And this shit's going to come out soon. And it's going to blow your fucking head off. I'll just try to prepare you a little bit. Because we ain't got long. We're going to the delegates, mid-December. Some shit's going to pop off. And then it's going to pop off again after that when it comes out that Trump won the election. We're going to have riots. We're going to have civil unrest. And we're going to have to fucking deal with it. Some of us are going to have to physically get off our ass and maybe go out there and help the cops fucking deal with this. We don't know. I mean, military, I'm probably not. But you better be on your damn toes. Because last time they went out, after they were done with the cities, they did go out in the suburbs. So if you don't have at least one gun, a little bit of survival gear around, a little bit of food, you might want to go get that. Because I'd say you got, I don't know, it could be tomorrow. They could come out tomorrow with some bombshell ass shit that they could say Trump up. Because I'm telling you, I don't know how long this is going to play out, but I'm telling you at the end, hang on. At the end of this, Trump's going to be your president for 4 more years, folks.
Hey, where's your coffee?
No. So, yeah. I lost my train of thought. My dad walked in, but Trump's going to be the president. And that's a good thing. One day, you're going to see it. Every dumbass one of you, at some point in your life, is going to wake up and see what we did for you guys. What he did for you guys. What we're all trying to do for this country. Because here's what's going to happen after the madness of Trump. Oh my God, it's Trump again. This country's going to fly. Because in this divisional split from China, no longer letting them suck off us to make all our junk, we are going to send all that money to another country, a couple extra countries. We're dividing it up. We're not giving it all to one. You never put all your eggs in one basket. It's never a good idea. I'm glad that Trump's smart enough to know that. This man's playing 5D chess. And I know you've heard that before, but I'm telling you it's true. He's doing shit on every damn level that you couldn't even comprehend. So, when we're done, the countries that come with us, we are energy independent. There is nothing we have to buy from any of these countries that are coming with us. We're going to have so much export. What I'm telling you is it's going to get good. And we are coming into a technology revolution with free energy, cars, everything. I mean, in 20 years, guys, as long as we take the right way on this fork, it will be more equal. I promise you. Because so much opportunity is coming up for you millennials. All you got to do, guys, is quit looking at Orange Man bad. Fuck Trump. Quit looking at him. Look around what the fuck is going on in this. Look at what's going on. There's so much opportunity. For one, Bitcoin is going to take off. It's going to do it again. You've heard of that thing Bitcoin, haven't you? That thing Bitcoin. Yeah. Well, do some math. In 2013, it blasted to $1,000. Okay. In 2017, it blasted to $20,000. That's 4 years later, right? That was 2017, right? 17 plus 4. Well, I'll be darned. That's 2021. What you reckon's going to happen? And all you got to do is put an app on your phone, put $10, $20 in there, or anything you're going to save for this next year in there, and it'll 10 times. You got to sell it. You got to sell it. It goes up for a year. But, I mean, that's going on right now. That is the real news, by the way. See, everybody's going broke, guys. This pandemic is covering that, because they're blaming it on the pandemic, but there's no pandemic. See, they can't say, oh no, the financial system is falling because we fucked it up. No. That means we would take the power from them and they wouldn't be able to continue to create the economy the way they see fit. So they have to blame it on something. And they needed to take this economy down because Trump was doing too good. The economy was doing too well. That's bad. And he was making them lower interest rates. Now, guys, interest rates is not what you think. Everybody's like, oh, well, interest rates are low, so I get a cheaper payment on my house. No. The interest rates are the fucking points we pay these motherfuckers. On top of income tax, on top of every other thing that they tax you for, that comes out to about 50% of everything you make. This is the system we're trying to break out of. Tax slavery. Hey, black folks, we all slaves here. We're trying, black folks, black Americans, we ain't slave owners. We're not your enemy. We are fighting the enemy. But you won't let us. You won't let us kill Massa. And we're trying to do it for you. You have grabbed our ankles and jumped on our backs. And we have had to crawl that way uphill to then fight the big man with you trying to take us out from behind. And we're doing it more or less for the poor. Because this system is going to set all of us free. Bitcoin is designed to it's going to go up forever. At least for 121 years. It is. It's going to go up for 121 years. A genius made it. And we're all going to move on that system. And it's going to pull the world out of debt. And it's going to put the people that were smart enough to buy Bitcoin into a power position to where our leaders are now the smart people of the world again. Not the dumb inbred ones that were chosen by their elders to be put in spots of power, which was done for thousands of years after they enslaved us the first time. Bitcoin is going to... Folks, if you believe in God coming to lift us up, that God won't drop us, and you believe in tribulation, and you don't see what this world is going through right now, we're all scared shitless and we're getting ripped apart. It's probably going to get worse. I don't think what we've gone through could be called tribulation. Exactly. I think it's going to get worse. But the part about God coming better back. He doesn't have to come back in form. He just has to be a savior, or have a savior arise to pull us up. And if we're going to kill each other over money, the only thing that can save us is a new money-making mechanism, which I believe is Bitcoin. The future's bright. Trump's going to be our president. Get over it and go get rich. Get over it. Get a job. He's going to create so many jobs. You're going to have, you got more options than you know what to do with. So just get over it. Get a good job. Go make a life. All right, guys. Have a good one.